What is going on, guys? Vuxury here. In today's video, I figured I should go over the best features in Roblox Greenville, since we know this is one of the most popular Roblox driving games and it has a bunch of quality of life features. So let's get straight into the video. Alright y'all, so the first best feature of Greenville is the new automatic emergency braking. As you see, the car stops on its own now, which allows you to avoid crashes. Now, this one kind of worked kind of bad, but you get the point. It makes a little beep as you hear, and it stops your car. Well, this car isn't very good with the AEB system, but you get the point. It works pretty good. It still slows down your car. As you see, it still works. Since the AEB did not work very well on that BMW, we're going to try it on a different car, such as this Lexus LC500. Now, it only works if you're going like 60 or less. So it may just be the hitboxes on the Nissan 400Z, but as you see, it's not working well on these vehicles, but the system still works, so it's still a great feature. So now we're going to move on to the next feature. Alright, so the next great feature is the cruise control. Now, cruise control came a few updates back, and we thought this was crazy for Greenville. No longer do you have to try to manage your speed and keep your car at a certain speed. All you have to do is come under your gauge right here and click the cruise control gauge, or if you just want to come to a complete stop, you can just start pressing it from 0 and it goes up. But say I want to go 60 miles per hour, I can set my cruise to 60. And then if I want to slow down without messing with my brakes, all I have to do is click this down arrow. As you see, I can select 55, 45, 35, 25. Then this goes infinitely. I can set it to go my speed limit, but we're gonna go 70, and as you see, your car just sits at 70 miles per hour. Then with automatic braking, it'll automatically stop it. So that's just another amazing feature with this. I think it's a really nice touch, and I hope Southwest Florida gets it one day, because it's really hard to keep the same speed in that game. It's also good for street racing too, so that's another good feature about it. So yeah, we're gonna move on to the next feature. Alright guys, so as you may know, there are multiple braking modes in Roblox Greenville. You have instant and smooth. This is what smooth looks like. It's basically like realistic braking. And then the feature that you can do is put your braking mode on instant, and as you see what it says, it stops instantly. So I think this is another great feature. Now, with the new addition of auto braking, I really think that it really doesn't matter which one you play on now, because it will still slow down your car. And you know, if you're paying attention, you shouldn't really crash anymore, because you have automatic braking, and then you have your own braking, basically you seeing what you're doing. And if you don't brake in time, then the car will try to make you stop. But I just think the 400Z is a bit messed up with its braking, but I keep my braking on smooth. But say you're on like some server that people just randomly brake, you can do instant braking and it's like instant. But I like to keep mine on smooth because I'm all about the realism. As you see, it takes time to slow down. It's not instantly. Now, I think that's a great feature, and that's just another touch of realism to Greenville. Well, I wouldn't say exactly realism, but personalization is what I'll say. So yeah, we're gonna move on to the next feature. Adding on, the next great feature in my opinion is the different gauges style. Now in GV3, we only had gauges that look like this, but they were transparent and it was slightly more different. Now I like to drive manual, so I like to have my RPMs as you see right there. But then if you want something a little bit more modern and you don't care about looking at your RPMs, you can switch your gauges to standard. This is the gauges that your Greenville comes with when you first play Greenville, at least a revamp. And as you see, it cleans up the middle of your screen and puts everything to the right. Now the thing I like about this one, it shows everything. It shows when your hazards are on, your turn signals, park and brake. And the best one about this one is your fuel bar. And once it gets to about, I want to say here, this bar actually turns red and this fuel light turns on right here. So I think that's a great addition to this one. Now this one's pretty clean. You're not forced to miles per hour either. You can also switch this to kilometers, SPS, which is a old Roblox speed currency thing. And yeah, and then your speeds right here, your gears right here, as you see. You could also do manual and it locates it, as you see. You can still do manual, but you just have to know your car well enough to look at the RPMs. But yeah, this one's basically a all digital gauge. There's no like physical dials going up. This is all digital. So this is good for if you're in like a very like futuristic car, like a 2021 or something, because no new cars really use like analog gauges like that anymore. It's kind of a thing for the past now. And also another thing about this gauge, it actually has a custom AEB light. It's not just text like on the other ones. As you see, AEB, it has like two cars and they're close to each other, about to collide and stuff. So I think that's a really cool light that they added. Then the TCS and ABS lights also look different too. They look more realistic. And that's all three of them off. And then, you know, you got the braking. So this is another cool addition to Greenville, and let's move on to the next one. Alrighty, so this next feature, I actually think this is pretty cool, and this allows you to personalize your steering type on Greenville. Sorry. Alright, so this next one is actually steering speed. Now, fast is like what it says, fast. Then you have slow. This is kind of like not having power steering. I don't know how Journeys likes this. It's like so stiff. And then you have medium. Now this is what Greenville was like before they released this feature. It's basically the average turning speed, as I'll show. This is what a lot of people were used to before they changed the steering speed features. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people still play on medium. But I've gotten used to fast because I like to swerve fast and stuff. As you see, you can't really swerve that fast with this one. So yeah. And then you have fast. Now I'm going to showcase fast. As you see, it turns fast, very fast. I'm going to put on slow. As you see, it takes time to steer. It's kind of like having no power steering. That's how stiff the turning is. I don't really like this one. It just makes your car feel unresponsive, in my opinion. Yeah, it feels very unresponsive. I don't like this one, but my favorite out of all of them are now fast, because as you see, say a FRPer is coming your way, all you gotta do is swerve fast and you're good. That's actually gotten me out of a few situations before in the past, so it's a really nice feature to have. Now as you see, I can swerve fast, bada bing bada boom, pretty nice. So yeah, let's move on to the next feature. All right, now lastly is interior lights on convertibles. So if you get in any convertible and you turn on the lights and you hop out, as you see, your dash lights now have lights where they're supposed to be. Even the locks have lights. So I think that's a nice feature, and it's a nice touch of detail. Since the swag wagon is pink, my radio lights are pink, and for some reason it's like a sand texture up here. But yeah, this is a really cool feature, and that'll be it for today's video. So if you enjoyed today's video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, this has been Vuxury, and I am out.